Okay, welcome to Feel Live. Let's just get this liked and shared. Loads to do tonight. Last official show of the year. Although, like I said, I might do another one on Sunday night, but I've got loads to go through tonight. So I'm just going to get a share of this. Do the same, please, folks. Let's build up an audience. Get this show on the road. Friday night pre-drinks. And Wendy's having a shocker. How long are we doing this show now? And Wendy still can't get it right. Still buffoons it. Buffoons it all over the place. Right, just one more page to share it on. Share to a page. Let's share on there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to put it on my Twitter feed just quickly. I'm happy tonight. What's happening? Live now. For those who want a bit of fun tonight on their pre-drinks. There we go. So we're pre-drinking around Big Phil's. Let me just bung this back onto me holding page. I'll tell you what. Love that holding page tonight. There you go. That's what it looks alright, doesn't it? There you go. It's a big thank you to my sponsors this year, Rich Energy. There you go. They've looked after me this year, Rich Energy have, so there's a big thank you to them. Okay, right, where are we going with this tonight then? Okay, I'm going to talk tonight about the year, how it went, what we did, and what we can do next year, and we'll take a bit of feedback, and we'll see where we go with this. Tonight should be quite good fun. So, last year, this time last year, what were we doing? I got a phone call this time last year from Matt Elliott. Or I'd already had the phone call. When did I go to Switzerland, Wendy? And I disappeared out of Switzerland, didn't I? I went straight away to look after that lad.
No, we went to Turkey.
We went to Turkey, didn't we? Wow. That was only last year. So this time last year we were in Turkey. And it was before that, we were actually only 2 blocks away when that geezer went mad in the thing. We could hear it when he'd done the shooting of the thing. So what a year that was. Wow, yeah, what a start to the year that was. We were in Turkey, that's right, for Matt, doing a few bits and pieces, looking after this place. And anyway, yeah, so that was the start of the year. And then from there, it's been quite an insane year. And I'm just glad that you've shared your year with me as I've shared my year with you, because I think we've had quite good fun. We've certainly done enough to build up so we can do mega stuff next year. We can only go forwards from where we are. So, as you can see, I'm on my 50 cal coffee tonight. And I'm going to have a drink, because New Year's Eve to me is about having some friends. It always has been. In fact, probably more so than Remembrance Sunday. And I'll tell you for why. Because all my good mates, all my best mates, when I was serving and when I was in, New Year's Eve was the night that I used to go on the piss with them. That was a guaranteed night. Whether you had money, no money, you were out on the piss with your mates on that night. And it was one of the best nights of the year. It was a no-miss night, unless you were on duty or working. And like I say, I always used to think about the people I'd lost on that night in particular, because it was such a good night. And when I think about, you know, even as far back as, Jesus, Jack Cockwell and Colsey and, you know, guys that I lost years and years ago. I mean, Colsey died in, Jesus, when did Colsey die? 87, 89, something like that. And you think back as far as that, and you think how far you've been in life and how much they missed out on. And you then begin to sort of like appreciate. And New Year's Eve for me, I always raise a glass to have some friends. So we'll be doing a little bit of that later. Before I start getting emotional, because I've been on the coffee as well. 50 cal, he's off. What else have we got to do? Loads of thank yous. So I've got to thank Sofrep. I've got to thank Crate Club. I've got to thank Rich Energy. I've got to thank all the people that have helped me this year. Danny Lyons and Canine Security, Britannia Canine Security. All my followers, everyone who's watched me, everyone who's liked and shared, all that, everybody needs thanking from me. Wendy, of course, for putting up with me and all my fucking abuse. So, Wendy, Brandon, obviously Brandon, you know, he's given me the opportunity to do all this with you. So, you know, Brandon's, you know, cheers, Brandon. Who else? Obviously, you know, my publishers didn't do anything this year, so I'm not thanking them for fuck all. The Peacock Gym. Of course, the Peacock Gym. Without them, you know, all the people that help with the Remembrance Rumbles, the charities that let us help raise money for them. You know, it's been such a massive year for me this year. It really has. And I'm just going to try and pick my way through it. Magookin, I need to thank Magookin. He's done some tremendous stuff for me this year. You know, all those cartoons he's done. What a bloke. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't have to do it. He hasn't charged me for it. I'll split the bills in the fucking post. Don't even think about it. All right? Okay, but all that sort of stuff. Okay, so many people have helped me get this show on the road. Let's think about the campaigns that we've done this year. Al Blackman, Chennai 6. You know, those came to a conclusion, an end that basically, you know, the Chennai 6 are out, Al Blackman's out. All stuff that this time next year was all sort of like being debated about, contemplated, it's all happened. We have achieved great things this year. You know, people have turned out in numbers, people have demonstrated, people have made a difference. People have made speeches. We've got the Justice for NI. Now, that's an ongoing thing. And really, I'm going to switch some of my attention onto that next year. And of course, we've got the stand up to terror stuff. I mean, there's still stuff. We still have issues. But like I say, the main thing for me is, of all the things we did last year, 2 things ended up in our favour. And that was Al Blackman is now with his missus, and the Chennai 6 are now with their folks at home, which is a superb thing. And, you know, I hope they had a great Christmas. They've been a bit quiet over Christmas, and I don't blame anybody for being quiet over Christmas, okay? They said they weren't going to have a media frenzy. They haven't had a media frenzy. They've gone about their own business. They've gone home. They've seen loved ones. 4 years. 4 years without seeing your loved ones properly, okay, is a long time in anyone's book, all right? And to suddenly find yourself at home, you don't want to be on Facebook. You want to spend that time with your family, all right, and your friends, and that's the way it is. So fair play to them, and I hope, you know, long may it continue, okay? I had a message off Lisa today, actually, a long one, and she sort of like thanked us for our efforts and said, you know, you'll see a bit more of them in the new year. But mate, even if we don't, the main thing from it is those geezers at home, they're safe and sound, they're well, they're with their loved ones, they're being looked after, you know, and I'm sure if there's any issues, we can help them out further, you know. But the main thing is at the moment, they're back with the people that love them, and that was the most important thing out of all of it for me. So, next year, with the campaigning sort of stuff, who knows where it'll go. I mean, in the ideal world, we'd have nothing to campaign about, would we? Because we'd be fucking happy. But I can't see that happening. I think there's still going to be a lot of terrorism stuff going on. I don't think we're out of the woods with that. I did learn a very interesting thing just the other day, and I didn't realise the iPhone could do this. How many of you got iPhones? When have you got your iPhone on you here?
It's charging now.
It's charging. Just grab me your iPhone for 2 seconds. I'm going to show people this, because this is an important one. And Perry picked up on this the other day, and I've not seen this done before. So this could have been a lesson on Thursday. Basically, if anybody out there's got an iPhone, okay, if you hit the on button 5 times, you get that screen there. All right. If you then swipe on the red one, that will send a text message and a message to the nearest police station to you and your grid and your location, and they will know someone's in trouble at that location. How clever is that? I didn't even know that was on there. So the emergency SOS feature on an iPhone. Didn't even know it was there. And someone told me about that the other day. So there you go. You learn something new every day. And that was Perry pointed that out to me the other day. I was like, wow. So I don't know if it's the latest edition with the iOS thing that they do with the updates and all that sort of stuff, but that is worth knowing if you carry an iPhone. 5 little clicks on the side button, that screen will appear. You could probably even manage to fumble that in about in your pocket without even looking if you have to do it in a hurry. Okay, so there you go. There you go. There's something we've learned today. Okay. Have I got anyone else to thank, Wendy? I'm terrible at this sort of stuff. I should have written it all down earlier. Have I got anyone else I should thank? I should thank the Union Jack Club. They've looked after us this year. We've had some good push-ups in there. In fact, I'm going to be in there on New Year's Eve. Where else? Who else should I thank, Wendy? There must be a few. There's got to be someone. Got to thank the 50 Cow Coffee Company for keeping me in coffee, because that's outrageous. All the sponsors we had at the Remembrance Rumble. And we are going to start picking up the Remembrance Rumble this year. Who's phoning?
No, nothing.
Who? Show me. Who?
Right, no, it's
Jack?
right.
That's all right. Take the call.
No, do it a minute.
All right, okay. Okay, right, so, here we go. So, what did we do? What was our content last year? Well, if you remember, we covered all sorts of stuff. We covered weapons, didn't we? So we did knives. Who remembers the old Gerber? Who remembers the old choppy, slashy Gerber? That was a great bit of kit, wasn't it? We did that. We did a few knives last year. We did. When I went to Switzerland, didn't I? I did the army knives in Switzerland. Remember the army knives? There you go. That's the one that they carry nowadays. That's the traditional one. And then they do a Leatherman's like tool as well. So that was fun. We did a load of knives. Then I did my own knife, which I haven't dragged out of the closet tonight. I did my survival knife, this one that came in the Crate Club, which was a great bit of kit, with the striker. If you can remember that show, that was a good show. And the Born Fearless Leatherman, which is in there, which is the new Leatherman, which is an awesome piece of kit. Okay, so that's, I didn't have anything to crack my lobster with on Christmas Day, and I used my Leatherman to crack my lobster. There you go. That was an operator's way of opening a lobster with a Leatherman's. So there you go, very operator, very lobster. Awesome. Right. Where else did we go? Weapons. We've done an array of weapons last year, didn't we? I've got a few of them on the couch over there. But we'll cover those in a minute, and then we're going to have a look at some of the McGookins of the year. In fact, we're going to do that now. Wendy's texting away like Billy. I'm going to go and sit on the couch, and I'm going to do a few of the McGookins from this year. There you go. So there's a few of the weapons we did. There's the old M4. Great bit of kit. There we go. The old M4. The Kurtz. Remember the Kurtz? The MP5. The Kurtz. Great bit of kit. And of course, the old faithful AK-47, great bit of kit again. So there you go. Awesome bits of kit. Right, let me get into my photos and we'll have a look at some of the McGookins and we'll see where we go with this. Let's put some, there you go. This is last year, isn't it? The special Boxing Day appearance. There you go. That was this was this time last year. Or was it this time last year? McGookin, you'll tell me where these are. Let's get back to the camera roll. Twins Adventures in Afghanistan. I mean, where does he get this stuff from? I've got all these on my iPad. They're so good. They're so much fun. What else did we do last year? What did we do? Where did we go? I can show you some of the pictures on my iPad, can't I? We talked about. There's a nice picture for you. That's me. That's me in Iraq on my liberated motorbike. That's a famous photo. That's the one of me with the kids in Gaza. Getting a bit of a photo show tonight, isn't it? They don't come out brilliant on telly, do they? What else we got? There's us at the Millies last year. God, I think I put a bit of weight on since then. Check out my strides, though. Well, check out my strides.
I can't really see them, it's a bit dark.
You can just about see them there. There you go. Check out my strides. There you go. I'm busting out of that fucking shirt, I've got to tell you. There's me and Steve at Busting. This must have been last year because of the Marine A t-shirts. There's a rare one of me. That's when I was in the squadron. I haven't really got any decent photographs of me in the squadron. That was from one of my SAS shows, wasn't it? Surely, or was it from one of my talks? That was me in Iraq ages ago with Security Force. The guy on the right of me owns Horizon now. So the guy to the right of me, as you're looking at it, owns Horizon, and that was down in near Basra or Uncassa, where I run some training carders for them. That was a long time ago. There you go, here's some pictures for you. Me and Wendy. Me and Wendy on our first cruise this year, which was fun. Put a bit of weight on that there, didn't we? Speak for yourself, says Wendy. Always makes you smile, doesn't it? A nice photo, that, wasn't it? Sierra Leone. Another McGookin. It's P, not B for plenty. He does put some stuff together, old McGookin, doesn't he? Where else have we gone? What else have we done? This was me and Loz this year when we went down to went to Manchester after the old bombing there, and we handed out. If you could just see, can you see the wristband there? We handed out the wristband to the players at a kids' tournament, and that was a great day out as well. So me and Loz there, I think that was Bolton Wanderers football ground there, and we handed out some stuff. So that was fun. A few more McGookins in here. Look. There we go. The magic. Where does he get it from? That is me as Dougal. I actually quite like that haircut. If I could grow my hair like that, I definitely 100% would. Here's a good picture. It's three good looking fellas there, isn't there? Me, Billy Billingham, and I don't know who that fan is in the middle there. Look. Can you see that one? Can you see the fan in the middle? That's old Ray, isn't it? Old Ray, that was a good day out, that was. What else we got on here? There we go, then we got some stand up to terror stuff, which was all good, wasn't it? Jeez, I look like I've had my arse slapped there, didn't I? What else we got? There was the McGookin on the stand up to terror stuff. You've read the book, now get the t-shirt. If you haven't got yours yet, why not? Oh dear. What else did we talk about? We talked about Syria, didn't we? We talked about, there's some of my stuff in Syria, with the troops there. There's me on the front line in Syria, all Union jacked up. There's a good picture, I like that picture. Out in Syria again, on the front line. Seems a long time since we did that, very long time. What else have we got? Yeah, I'll tell you what we can do on here, look, yeah, we can watch. It's just all over us now. We've actually had stuff coming in from a high online. My name is Phil Campion, and I'm ex-police squadron 22 SAS. Don't worry about me, let's get it on. I've been on the front line for men, so you've been in prison, cats, and women fighting Islamic State. In the battle, whose outcome affects us all.
Fighting IS Big Phil's War on Sky Atlantic and Sky News.
There you go. So that's the sort of stuff we're looking at doing next year. A lot more of that, but bringing it up to you on a split screen. So we'll be able to mould stuff in. So this year's Rumble. This year's Rumble. That was a night out. There you go. So that was Ernie's. That was that was Ernie's take on it, which was good to see. He's done some good stuff, old Ernie has. What else we got? There's another Ernie. You are the weakest, goodbye. And then of course we've got the pictures from the Rumble. So there's me and me man. Oh, that makes your television look fucking ugly, doesn't it? Jesus Christ, I said fuck, I want to take that off, Wendy. That's outrageous. Outrageous.
Your head looks massive compared to it.
I know, yeah, there you are, there's all the guys in the Peacock with old Jack the referee. That was all of us lined up. That's the Rumble line up there for last year, which was great. It was a great thing to be part of, and I'm proud of everybody that supported us for that, because that really was. That was. Someone asked me what the highlights of the year were. I had 2 or 3 highlights of the year this year. The Rumble was a highlight for me. Old Perry passing out in Sandhurst was a highlight for me, and meeting our granddaughter was a highlight for me, because that really was special. Okay, so I've had a, you know, on the family side of things, on the work side of things, I've had a really special year. Okay, and it's been really good that, you know, I've been able to do all that, and I've been able to share a lot of it with you. So it's been real fun. Right, what else have we got? You got any more pictures that I'm dying to show you? Not really, I don't think. Let's have a. No, don't want to show you that one. Show you a quick training one. That was over a year ago, that was, wasn't it? Over a year ago, that one. So we've done a lot of stuff. We've been lucky, haven't we? We've done a lot of stuff. Any pictures in there that I want to show you particularly? I know I'm going to get stick for this, but since I did that, I still haven't married her yet. So we've got to try and do that next year. And then there's no time like the present to plug your book. Right, so there you go. So you can see, you know, the Magookins and that, we've done a lot of stuff last year. You know, it really did. We had a great year, and I'm so glad that everybody here, you know, and watching was part of it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sit down this end, because my lead isn't quite long enough, and I'm going to stick my old Facebook on, and I'm going to take some questions, and then we'll do a few toasts, etc., etc. Where am I? Where's Facebook? Don't forget the old Who Dares Wins team. They're on 7th of January. I think they're coming back on the television. So that's to look forward to if you're a fan of Billy Billingham and Ollie and Ant and all that lot. So they'll be there doing their show. They reckon it's a cracking one this year. So that's to look forward to. I haven't had my invite yet. Well, there you go. Too good looking, I think. Right, let me go on to soft rep, and then we can find out and then find some questions, hopefully. I'm here. There he is. Right, okay. Let's get some questions going then. Right, let's get some questions in for the new year. Let's have a look. I'm having a moment. Okay. I'm having a moment. Let's get some questions going then. Right, let's get some questions in for the new year. Let's have a look. Hang on, I'm trying to... Let's get some questions going then. Right, let's get some questions in for the new year. Let's have a look. Hang on, I'm trying to... It's coming through the telly, that's all. There you go. Right, let's have a butcher's then. Let's have a look at some of these questions. Here we go. Squeeze the wedding in, says Angela Johnson. Blocking for what reason? I said I was disappointed regarding Phil's attitude to... Oh, look, me and Tommy have sorted that one out. Can you just drop that now? Because seriously, that, you know, it doesn't even make it onto my list of things for last year, to be honest. It was so fucking insignificant. Mike Mackey puts it best. Ben, give it up, you fucked hard. Phil's summing up the year. Yeah, well done, mate. Mike's, again, on the charity side of things, Mike's the lad that's putting the bags together. So like I say, please, just click on his link, donate him £1. Gorilla Terrorina, Wally's going on about Tommy again. Yeah, you're right. Bash Barua, can we have a Shanghai tutorial? A Shamag tutorial in the new year? You can, yes. We did. I started doing some Shamag stuff ages ago, and I sort of like got into it a little bit. But I think what I need to do is dedicate a whole show. And I was trying to sort of like pick one style every week, and it just sort of like got lost in the weeks. But no. What I think I'll do is I'll put a complete show together, and we'll do all the different styles in one show. And we'll show you different ways of wearing it, different ways of using it. You know, there's a lot of stuff you can do with Shamag. So yeah, we definitely will. We'll do a complete Shamag show next year, which will be Shamagtastic, Shamagasaurus. There you go. Do you think protesting is a waste of time, Phil, these days? I've got to be perfectly honest with you, mate. I think in some cases, you know, public opinion can be swayed, and it can work, but it can also go against you, and it can be construed extremely the wrong way. As far as the football stuff went, you know, it was great to see them get on the streets. As far as what it achieved, they haven't been listened to, have they? It really hasn't. If you honestly, in my honest opinion, I thought it would have done a lot better than what it did. And it just got, you know, labelled this, labelled that, and put on the back burner, not even listened to, although obviously everybody saw what was going on, but it wasn't talked about, and it never reached the masses. And there's still people, you know, that I speak to that didn't hear nothing about it, do you know what I mean? And knew nothing about it whatsoever. So it's one of those things, you know. Obviously, the campaigning with the Al Blackman thing, I think that helped. The campaigning with the Channel 6 thing, I think that helped. But as far as sort of like getting into the political side of things, I don't know if that's helping or not. I really don't, is my honest answer. Well done, Philip. Well done, Phil. It was great to meet you at Uncle Matt and Sarah's wedding in the summer. Please may you mention my sister's charity work in Africa so people can donate. Right, Victoria Louise, yes, definitely. So I've got a link which I will be putting up. I put it up once on Twitter, but I will push that again. So if you send me that link again, Victoria, I'll bung it up again. Or you feel free to post it on here tonight. But she's helping out with it. It's the schools in Africa, isn't it? She's helping out with children there. And yeah, very, 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 very tough conditions. And she's doing a great job. So please, if you want it, please support her. Rest in peace, Peter Carey. Least we forget, of course. Any predictions on current affairs for the New Year's? Russia, Syria, North Korea, especially, John. Whoa, that's a difficult one. That's a proper hard one to get involved with. That is. I think the Syria thing's still got legs in it. There's still going to be a lot more suffering and misery out there for a while, and it needs a lot of mopping up, as does the whole of that region, to be honest. And I think there's going to be a bit of a flesh pot, and it's going to pop its face up all over the place around there. I think we're going to have a lot more trouble with immigration. I think there's going to be a lot more stuff coming across the borders. I'm certainly aiming to go out to Bulgaria to have a look at a problem which hasn't really been picked up in the press, and I'm hoping to do that in January, and I'll be filming all that as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on that isn't being seen. With regards to North Korea, I'm now beginning to think I might get proved wrong, and that there might be some military action down there, but we'll see. We'll see, because I seriously think there's some massive political decisions to be made on a world level there. And when I say that, you know, you're on the Chinese doorstep, and if you kick that dog, the Chinese dog's never been kicked before, okay? And if they are brought into play, God knows where it could go. All right, so well worth a look and well interesting. Great, yeah, the best thing I did tuning into this show, says Jason Phil. Thank you very much, and thanks for your support. Can you do a tutorial on protect yourself in a terrorist attack? I realise that there are infinite number of scenarios. Thank you, says Catherine Stevenson. Yes, I will. And one of the aims next year is for me to get the kit and equipment so that I can make some proper good videos with some real decent tutorial stuff in, rather than just me talking about it sat on my sofa. Now, I'm willing to talk about it sat on my sofa anytime, but I think a combination of doing it like this and actually having some videos which demonstrate exactly what's going on in these scenarios, so you get a better understanding and a better grasp of things, is well worth doing. And so I am looking, like I said, I've already invested in some camera equipment. I'm looking at ways I can put that stuff together and then split the screen during the show so that you can see. At the moment, you know, I can probably bung some of the stuff onto my television, but I want to make it as fluid as I can, you know, and as professional looking as I can, so that you get the most benefit from it. Because, you know, other than actually coming to tutorials with me, the best way I can do it is to present it in a way that you can understand it best, and that is with sort of like split screens and filming stuff properly. So that's what I'm aiming to do next year. I've got, you know, the Americans will help me out with it. I've got other people, you know, I know camera people. Obviously, I've made television work. You're right, Wendy. I've made television work myself. So it's all being put together slowly. Phil, where can I get the flag that I have behind you? Seriously, if you Google SAS flag, you can get 1 million SAS flags. All right, honestly. So yeah, you'll be able to get one of those anywhere. I'm sure if you Google them, you can pick them up. I've got an SBS one like that. This one actually was sent to me by someone. So, but are you doing anything for the Vets for Wildlife? They haven't asked me to. I went to their dinner this year. So you're right, Wendy.
Yeah.
What's the matter? I went to their dinner this year with Wendy, which was a great night out. They haven't asked me to do anything officially. You know, I have made it quite clear that, you know, if charities want me to do anything for them, just approach me, because if I can, I will. So if they wanted anything, I certainly would. Hiya, says Jane Ellen Somerville, Betterson Simpson. Wow, that's a mouthful. Joking. Andrew Hill, are you going to do a UK tour, Big Phil? I think there's a few UK tours being done by people next year, to be honest, and I am doing the military shows. So I think what I'll do next year is do the military shows. I might put on a few after dinners, and I certainly will do some workshops up and down the country. But as to doing a show like Ant Middleton's doing next year, I'll probably leave him do his, you know, not you know, he's doing his. There's a couple of other punters doing that sort of stuff next year, and I think I'm going to concentrate on the military shows next year. And I will do a couple of evenings with, and I will probably next year put on some sort of dinner night as well as the boxing. So you'll have plenty of opportunities to come and meet me next year. Are you ex-Army, mate? Says Miles Keegan. Yes, I am. Vander Ollers, yeah, Happy New Year to you, Phil, Wendy and Andrew. Thank you very much, Vander. Can I wish my viewers throughout the world a very happy and safe New Year, says Lenny McGugan. There you go, done for you, my friend. George Gilchrist, is the TV show to be on soon with the Iranian embassy shoot? Yes, right, George. Like I said, I want to do that show justice. I am jacking up meeting a couple of the key figures in that raid, okay, and I'm going to be bringing them onto this show. So as soon as I can get that done, hopefully it'll be in January sometime, I will go to Hereford, or one of them's quite keen to come down here and meet me, and we'll talk through it with them, and we'll do it on a 9 o'clock show, and we'll do it for a couple of hours, okay? It's a TV McGukin's book. I'm sure he has got enough for a book now. Good evening, Phil. Good evening, Jane. Paul Winterforce is watching. Ben Newsom, Phil, just for the record, I have an immense amount of respect for you. Just hated you and Tommy both want to. But obviously, you know, like I've said before, he does his thing, I do my thing. We've disagreed on one thing, which is perfectly okay. It's perfectly all right. I went about things in the wrong way, and that, as far as I'm concerned with it, I publicly apologise. I apologised to him on the phone. I spoke to him on the phone by email and text. Okay, we haven't had time to hook up. It hasn't happened. All right, I'm sure it will do sooner or later. But like I say, as far as I'm concerned, the area is clear, and as far as he's concerned, the area is clear, and that's as far as it goes. Now, I still pick up a bit of stupidity off people, which is, you know, that just, you know, sometimes you've got to think, what am I dealing with here? Do you know what I mean? But that's no reflection to him, and there's no reflection to me. The fact that people are still having to dig at me, well, that's a reflection on them. And to be honest, you know, it makes no dent in my thick skin whatsoever, so I'm not bothered whatsoever. My next door neighbour looks like you, but he's only 5'7". He must look like a pumpkin. Pumpkin with a beard. Sup up, Phil, says Ronnie Keane. I am going to have a quick drink in a minute. Mike Mackey, you need anyone to buy a shotgun with some old-fashioned action, mate? I'm free. Thanks very much, Mike. Dean Adrian Stratford, Happy New Year to everyone. Stay safe. Have a great night. Thank you very much. Stephen J. Murphy, big up the Shed Club, Canada. Remember the Shed Club? Now, for those of you... This is bizarre, right? And I you know, I have thought about the Shed Club on a number of occasions. So I was in the 2nd Battalion of PWR, and we did a tour of Canada, But it wasn't a tour. We went to Wainwright and we did a few exercises there. I actually got promoted there, if you remember. Anyway, we were getting stacked up, ready to go home, and we were getting picked up by Coach. And we'd been on the piss quite heavily. And we managed to get our hands on some crates, but we had nowhere to drink them. And we managed to get into one of these baseball huts. You know, the pitchers' huts. We got into one of those, this little shed. And there was about 6 of us in there. And we got completely fucking hammered. Absolutely drunk as lords. And these Canadians are going past it, and they must have wondered what the fuck was going on. Because all they could hear was this drunken racket coming out of this fucking shed. And we had, remember, this is like, you didn't have iPods and that sort of stuff nowadays. So your entertainment really was singing, dancing, smoking and drinking. And that was it, do you know what I mean? So it was the Shed Club. I'll have a drink to the Shed Club. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'm going to drop up my whiskey and I'll have a couple of fucking drinks with me tonight. Because it is pre-drinks. So I shall, my old single malt there. I'll just drink this in the house. Don't keep a lot of beer in the house, you know. I'll have a single malt in the house. Bloody cork fell off in there. Snapped it when I opened the jar. But there you go. So we'll toast to absent friends. Oh, and I'll toast the Shed Club as well. So there we go. Andrew, you can keep your eyes off my booze. In little git. Okay. Thank you, mate, says Glenn McAllister. No dramas. Hey guys, Jordan Roy Halls. Andrew Turner, Nicholas Barker. Is anybody else having warbly sound? I don't know, you have warbly sound? I haven't got warbly sound. Must be you. Sounds good. Sounds great, Phil. Good evening, Victoria Louise Jones. There you go, says Victoria Louise Jones. Click on that, have a butcher's at what's going on. Donate if you can. Support if you can anyway. Please have a look. Doing a great job. Only a young girl out in a strange land doing wonderful things. All right, so it's good to see. It's good to see people not talking about stuff but doing stuff. And there's a young girl who's prepared to go and do stuff. So fair play to her is what I say. Happy New Year from Daniel Mackart. Happy New Year to you as well, my friend. PayPal, there's the PayPal link, so please click on that as well. Give £1, he'll turn it into £17, which turns £28, was it? Which turns into a bag which is given to a homeless veteran. Okay, so you can't ask for any more. Scott James, good evening all, hope all is well. Here's to a great new year of Phil's shows with Wendy. And Scott helps me with a lot of my shows. He's got so many little bits and pieces, and he's got some great stuff I can put my hands on next year to help do me stuff. All right. Happy New Year, Phil, to RGJ. Nice one, James Jordan. Jason Field, I've got a couple of places lined up if you wanted to do a talk, etc. Yep, mate, honestly, please, thunder those ideas into me. I am willing to travel about to get stuff done next year, honestly, as I was last year, right? But I really want to get stuff done. Jane Ellen, happy safe New Year. Thank you very much. Dave Stacey, big up Ben Parkinson doing bench press today. And Ernie, happy New Year to you as well. So Ben Parkinson is an amazing young man. He does some amazing stuff. He's had the short end of the stick as far as injuries and that go. We can all see that. And he is making a go of life. And if a man like that can do the stuff that he does, then nobody else has got an excuse for being lazy whatsoever. So if you're still like, I think I saw some good advice from Breakpoint the other day, which was Ollie Ollerton. And he said, right, he was saying on his 25th day, he was saying basically, right, what I want you to do is write down an objective for next year. Now, I've got a few objectives which I'm going to write down, but I was going to actually do it on my first show of the year. Okay, I'm going to write down a few objectives, and I'm going to see if I can achieve them or not. And I think you lot at home should do the same. Write something down that you want to achieve, and then go for it. All right? Make it realistic, do you know what I mean? I mean, for me, I'm going to lose 5 stone. I'm probably not going to lose 5 stone, no. But I could put something realistic down. I could lose 2 or 3 stone. Do you know what I mean? I could try and. There's loads of stuff I can do. All right, and we'll talk about achievement and expectation and all that sort of stuff on Monday, and we'll get motivated for the new year because I think it's very important that you set. You know, I've seen so many times, you know, even with things like giving up smoking and that, and people fail, and they fail because they're not prepared for it right in the mind. So we'll have a chat about that on Monday. Debsy Johnson, what about you, dead on? No surrender. He's watching. Evening, Phil and Wendy. How good was last night? We had a good night last night, actually. We had a very good night last night, didn't we? We enjoyed it. Enjoyed ourselves. Anthony Pobrazin, Happy New Year, Phil. Good Happy New Year. I can't say your second name, Anthony, but I can say you first. You in Verity, are you still planning on doing an interview with ex-Foreign Legion soldiers? Yes, I am, hopefully. Lucy White, she's watching. Good evening, Lucy. Mike Mackey's put his link up again. Andy Grant's watching. Guy Ticehurst Happy New Year, Phil and Wendy from Germany. Looking forward to the next Spartan March. Of course, we did that last year, didn't we? We did the Spartan March, the Spartan 300. What a great time we had on that. So that was worth doing. Tiny Shipley. Is Wendy okay, Phil? She's very quiet. Give her a big hug from me. I will certainly as soon as this is over. Happy New Year to everyone. Op Battus. Robert Sean Lee. Leif Stacey. Nicholas Parker, all on here, Mike Mackey, Keith Adams. Are you going to have your friend Roger back on the show too? It's great to see. I will have Roger on here at some stage. In fact, I'm going to be going to Tunisia at some stage to meet Roger. So he's working out there at the moment. So we'll go and find some mischief to get up to in Tunisia, which will be quite good fun. Kieran Hill, what was the best mission you've ever been deployed? Op Barris. Paul Ricks is watching. Richard Garrity is watching. I will tell my neighbour he looks like a pumpkin. Thanks. Don't, you might come and fill me in. Carl, good old Phil, thanks very much. Jason, Anna Somerville, Betterson Simpson, all the very best and a safe Happy New Year, Phil and Wendy. Thank you very much, Jane. Jason Field, pass the biscuit. Scott James, rather 6 Ranch was my pleasure in Canada. Great place, Canada. Love to get back there sometime as well. Julie Gillespie, have some friends. 50 Cal Coffee, boom. Catherine Simpson is a boom, 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 boom. Right, anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to calm down a little bit on this now. That is the last show for this year. We will spark up something on the New Year's Eve. We'll try and get on for 5 or 10 minutes. Like I say, it is actually Happy New Year around the globe at very different times, so it doesn't really matter what time I do it. So I will pop on and I'll say Happy New Year on New Year's Eve, and then like I say, next year let's crack on with this. Let's get loads done. There's so much we can do together. Thank you so much from me and Wendy for your support this year. It means a hell of a lot to me, and I think between the lot of us we can get so much done. And I'd like to see some of your faces next year. Okay, so hopefully we can bump into each other. You'll come and support the shows that I'm doing and all that sort of stuff, and we'll have a great year. Until then, who dares wins, and I'll see you all later on. Thanks very much.